reading for years 3 and 4, week 10, and this is lesson 2 today. So our lesson focus today, we will read the final part of The Dump by Corbett. Our lesson focus will be to look at what it means to use a theme when writing a story. Today's learning objective, I can identify the theme of a story, and your success criteria, I can discuss the theme of a story. I can also explain what theme the author has used. I can even use evidence from the text to support my explanation. Let's look at some of the vocabulary that we will come across when we read the final part of the story today. And our first word is sacred. What does sacred mean? Sacred is believed to be holy. So something is sacred, it's believed to be holy and to have a special connection with God. And a sentence example for you. A church is a sacred building. Gosh, what does gosh mean? So if we use gosh, we are expressing surprise. And a sentence example. Gosh, I didn't expect to see you here. Our next word is scooted. What does scooted mean? So to scoot is to go or leave somewhere quickly. And our sentence example. She scooted off on her bike. Rustle. What does rustle mean? So rustle can be the dry sounds made by papers rubbing together or leaves crackling. And here is a sentence example. I heard a faint rustle in the bushes. And our next word is bobbin. What does bobbin mean? Bobbin is to make a quick, short movement up and down. And here is a sentence example. A small boat was bobbing on the sea. And today's final word is mould. What does mould mean? So mould is a soft green or grey growth that develops on old food or on objects that have been left for too long in warm, wet air. You will notice in the story it is spelled differently though. It is spelled M-O-L-D. This is the American way of spelling mould, not the English way. We spell it M-O-U-L-D. Sentence example. The wall was damp and had mould on it. Okay, we're going to finish the final part of this story today. Anyway, she told me I could go out the back gate, but not to go near the dump and not to play with anyone else. Stay safe, she growled. Stay alert. Gosh, those eyes seem to be getting closer together, I thought. And I'm sure she never used to have a moustache before all this started. I was about to point this out when I thought the better of it and scooted off. The woods are stuffed with bluebells. It looks amazing. A vast carpet of bluebells. They are sort of more purple than blue. The wood is full of sunlit beams and shadows. You can hear the trees moving as the wind blows. I watch where I am placing my feet. Miss told us at school about adders, and there's no way a snake is going to get me. The trees move ever so slightly, the leaves rustle, and the shadows move with them. It smells earthy. and the bluebells stretch on in a shimmer of blue, violet, and green. It's rather like magic. I always feel that when I'm here, and now that everyone is on lockdown, it is quieter and stiller. The word sacred pops into my mind. Mr. Robinson taught us about sacred places. It means they are special places, holy. The wood's like one of those big churches you go to, where it's cooler inside and suddenly quieter, and everyone stops being loud. It's a bit like that. It's a place of hush and shh. It's like being in a church or temple, but this is real. No one made it, it made itself. It grew itself. Then I hear the birds, pigeons making their soft cooing, a blackbird bossing the others about. I notice smaller birds, but I don't know what they are. Shy brown birds, bobbing and flickering between the trees. Now I'm still. I can hear them and begin to see them. In the sunlit patches, bees buzz. In the shadows, the earth seems to be breathing. There's a huge oak tree above me, stretching its vast green tent of leaves and branches. Mr. Robertson told us that oak trees take 300 years to grow and then stand for 300 before taking 300 years to die and another 1,000 years to decay. They must see plenty across such a mighty life. I think of the dump where people off the estate have just chucked their old stuff. Here today, gone tomorrow. When I get there, the mattress and the old clothes have started to mould. There are thistles poking up through the heap and ferns uncurling their tight green tongues. Brambles have already begun to stretch their thin, thorny limbs across the pile of rubbish. Nature doesn't hang about. It's not going to wait for a man from the council. Could be waiting for a long time for anyone to sort this lot out. No, it's already got to work, rotting what it can, covering the ugliness we've left behind, stuff we didn't need. By autumn, this would be smothered in leaves and branches. When I get back, I go upstairs and look out of my window. The wood is quietly getting on with the business of living. I get on the net and find the names of the birds I saw. The tiniest were wrens, but some were the tree sparrows. It's funny, really. Once you know what something is and you find out about it, then somehow you care a bit more. It matters more. It becomes a bit more did I call it? Oh, yes, sacred. Okay, so we are going to now start looking at identifying themes. What does this mean? So themes can be found in poems, drama, or stories. The theme is the message or the lesson that the author wants you to learn from the story. Sometimes, as a reader, you will have to think about the events of the story to determine the theme. So I'm going to give you some common themes that you might come across when reading a story. It could be love, could be forgiveness, teamwork, friendship, overcoming challenges, respect, hope, courage, honesty, be happy with yourself. So, what I'd like you to do is to read the following short stories and see if you can decide what the themes are. There are two short stories for you to look at today. Here's the first one. So you're going to do this independently. You're going to read through the two short stories and decide what the theme is. Second one, you will need to do this on your worksheet. The dump. What do you think the theme of the story might be? Learning activity 2. So read the story again, see if you can decide what you think the theme of the story might be and complete your worksheet. So what message is the author trying to get across in the short story? What do you think? today's plenary, how successful has the author been in getting his message across to the reader, do you think? You have read it now, so did you find the message was quite clear to you?